Hey everybody, how are you guys doing? Hi Missy, hi Justin, hey Fluffies and Mandy, how you guys doing? How is everyone doing? I was gonna do my podcast last night. I was just so exhausted and I was still hurting from my wasp stings, and thank God that's better today. It's not burning anymore, thank the Lord, because man, it was burning all the way up until last night. But I have been working out in the heat every day. I feel like I have another headache coming on. That is not good. So anyway, tonight our podcast is about objectophilia. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of what objectophilia is. It is not objectophobia. It's objectophilia. So this is the romantic and sexual attraction to specific objects. People develop deep, enduring emotional, romantic, and sexual relations with inanimate objects such as trains, cars, or concrete. No, I don't. I did post the picture on my Facebook. So if you did see that, I've never had an allergic reaction to any bees or wasps before, but I just wasn't sure how I would react because I was stung by 7 at one time. So a sugar daddy podcast, huh? Shut up, Fluffies. Yeah. So if y'all remember, it was Uncle Junior that was in here the other night that gave me this idea for objectophilia. And this kind of goes along with, people that eat the weird things that we had in one of our past podcasts about people that eat toilet paper and they drink the bleach and the paint and all that. So this kind of goes along with it. There has been a couple of these that was on the show, My Strange Addiction. If you guys have never seen My Strange Addiction, watch it. You'll see some of these that I'm talking about. No, this is definitely not a sugar daddy. My podcast is currently on. If you'd like to come to my podcast, just click the link in my bio and it'll bring you in through YouTube. But yeah, tonight is objectophilia. Now, this is considered a mental illness, but it is closely related to the autism spectrum. So, yeah. Nope, Glenn has not time traveled yet, but I'm sure he will. If he leaves the YouTube and comes back, he'll be like 15 minutes behind or something. But Glenn's always good for a nice time travel. Hi, Tigers. How are you? Did everybody enjoy their days off? I've been what is today even? Yeah, today's Tuesday. I worked all weekend, so I wasn't on all weekend. And then I was going to do the podcast last night, but I was just so exhausted from the heat, and my leg was just still burning from all the wasp stings. But tonight I'm better. Tonight I did work out in the heat a little bit. God, I think that's why I'm getting a headache, but my leg's better. My leg is definitely not burning anymore from the wasps. So I highly recommend people, y'all need to check underneath your outside tables or even like your lawn chairs, anything like that. Make sure you check under there, because all I did was set my saw on the table and boom. I didn't know the nest was right under where I set the saw. And there's nothing safe around me anymore. I sprayed my whole entire, everything's dead. So, and then someone told me my chair is being awful squeaky tonight. Somebody told me that if you spray underneath your tables or chairs or anything with WD-40, they can't get a nest under there. So I might just do that. I might just spray everything with WD-40 and don't come around me. I can't stand any bug anyway. So you can imagine how pissed off I was when I got hit with 7 at one time. Okay. 7 wasps at one time is not pleasant at all. Not at all. Anyway, so we're going to start out by talking about Amanda Liberty. She's 33. And, okay, golly. Okay, so this girl is in love with a chandelier. She said that she first saw her chandelier. It was, I really don't know. I really don't know, but I was told that the wasp and bees will not make a nest where you spray the WD-40. Oh, okay. See, a lot of people are allergic. I've been stung before, but just single stings. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So she saw this one chandelier for sale, and she said she couldn't stop thinking about it, and she had to do anything and everything that she could to make this thing hers. So she finally got it. She says it was in Germany. She found it so beautiful, and she couldn't stop thinking about this. It's 30 inches wide, and she bought her and had her carefully shipped to her from Germany. Now, she says she's in a relationship with 25 different chandeliers. They're in open relationships, so they don't get jealous of each other. So she says she loves them all, and they know, but she does have her favorite. And she proposed to her favorite one on Valentine's Day in 2017. And she loves kissing and cuddling, and she named her Lumiere. Okay. Hey, Terry. And yeah, so she has sex with all of them. She has sex with Lumiere the most. But she says that because they're all built differently, sex is different with every single one of them. So she says that her sex life never gets boring because she has well, I mean, I've seen a video of her, and she's like rubs it all over her, and she like sucks on these long. You can, any one of them that I'm talking about here, you guys can Google it. So I'm hoping she cleans them too. And yes, chandeliers are beautiful, but I don't think I would have a relationship with it. Like that. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Chattahoochee. On the Chattahoochee. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. How do you propose to a damn chandelier? How's it gonna fucking answer you back? I mean, I don't know. I'm telling you. I mean, and I'm sure there's more. I wrote down, you guys can like Google her. You can Google any one of these. Her name is Amanda Liberty, and she is known. I think since I think she actually married this chandelier, by the way. I think she actually did get married to this, or it's not an actual wedding, it's a commitment ceremony. All of them that say that they're married, it's a commitment ceremony. So I don't know. Anyway, okay. So this one is Nurul Majabin, a 20-year-old Florida student. Shocker. Janice has to come in. Yeah. I'm getting there, Glenn. You always jump ahead of me. I got a whole bunch of them here. He's always good at like jumping ahead of me. Okay, so this Nurul Majabin. Okay, so this girl has fallen in love with the game Tetris. She's been in an open relationship with this game for a year and a half. Yes. She intends on having a commitment ceremony, but she really wants to marry the game, but she knows it's not legal. So that's why she wants the commitment ceremony. So her first relationship was with a calculator that her mom bought her when she was 16. She named it Pierre de Fermat, this after some mathematician, and even took it to prom as her date. So she took her calculator to prom. Could you imagine seeing a girl kissing and dancing with a fucking calculator at prom? Really? Could you imagine that being the talk of prom? Okay, so she said that when she played Tetris for the first time almost 2 years ago, she was hooked, and her feelings for this game of Tetris grow daily. She plays Tetris about 12 hours a day, and she gets sad when she has to be away from it, whether she's in school or at work. She does not want to be away from this game. She doesn't want to put it down. She just gets very sad, and she says that she just can't stand it when she's unable to play it, and she has to marry it. So this bitch wants to marry the game Tetris. This is just I mean, does she marry like? Is it like the old timey cartridge of Tetris, or I mean, you can play Tetris on your phone or your TV. This bitch never said anything about having sex with it though. Like, what do you whack off when you're playing it? Like, I don't understand how that works. How do you have a relationship with a video game and love it so much you want to fucking marry it? Like, I just don't. Yeah, but I mean, and her first love was a fucking calculator. Does that, hey, Spirit Stalker? I'm not quite sure. She's 20, so she hasn't, I mean, she's still young. And she had her first love was a calculator that she was kissing and dancing with at prom. She took this calculator with her to prom. Really? Really? Anyway, okay, moving on. The next one, this one is quite popular. A lot of people have heard of this one. She was on, I know she was on, there was a documentary. I can't think of the name of the documentary. This wasn't on the Strange Addiction one. So Asia Mauer hyphenated Berlin. She married the Berlin Wall in 1979. And she took on its name and hyphenated her last name because it was Asia Mauer, and now it's Asia Mauer Berlin. So she married the Berlin Wall in 1979. She took on its name as well, and that's why her last name is hyphenated. For the wedding, she hired an animator to say the wall's vows. Says she loves the wall for its structure, not for the meaning. The fall of Berlin Wall was extremely hard for her, she says, but said in 1989, the wall was in his prime. Sex was never the same, says she will always love him, and those are her final words about that. So, yeah, this one, you can find her anywhere. All you got to do is Google the lady who married Berlin Wall, and you know all about her. How do you have sex with a wall? I mean, are there little things that stick out of the rock? I mean, it's rocks, right? It was stones and some marble, and right, that the Berlin was wall was made out of. Like, do you just find a certain spot and go, ooh, that looks nice. Let me drop my britches. And get it on with this part of the wall. Like, how does that work? Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure, I have seen some of the other videos, and I'm sure that she found spots of it and was fondling it. And, I just, no. Some of this shit is just hard to believe until you actually read about it and find out it's a true fucking story. And then you're like, wow. If you didn't hear it from their own mouth, you would never. Who the fuck would believe that some bitch named Asia married the Berlin Wall? Who the fuck does that? Who does that? I don't. Okay, so this one, hey, Ashley, it's my podcast is on. If you want to come into the podcast, just click the link in the bio. Okay, so this girl, Amanda Teague, she's 45. Amanda Teague, it's Teague. She's 45. She's out of Northern Ireland. Hi, Sandy. Okay, so Amanda decided to marry the ghost of Captain Jack Sparrow. It's an 18th century Haitian pirate and the inspiration behind Pirates of the Caribbean character. She said she married before to a physical man and claims that he does about the same amount of work as around the house that Jack does. So he didn't do shit, basically. Okay, so in 2014, she said a spirit who said he was Jack came to her and wouldn't leave. He is still with her. He connects with her all the time and they have feelings for one another. They got married a year later out on international waters, and it was beautiful except when her bridesmaid puked on her dress from being seasick. After 2 years of marriage, they are stronger than ever. He supports her and lets her handle the physical realm of things. And he always comes to her and tells her how he feels about her. And yeah, so well, apparently this, where was it? In 2014, what year was it that Pirates of the Caribbean came out? You know, she, I don't know, but apparently she's married to the ghost of Jack Sparrow. I don't really know what to say about that. I mean, who wouldn't, Fluffies? Well, maybe not you. Okay, so I would be thirsting after Johnny Depp if he wasn't Captain Jack Sparrow. He's just freaking hot. I've always been a Johnny Depp fan. Okay, so the first one was in 2003. All right, well, she said that in 2014, the spirit who identified himself as Jack came to her, and then they got to know one another and found out it was Captain Jack Sparrow, and he's a Haitian. And how do they have sex is what I want to know. How does that work? Could you, how? I'm not quite sure how that would work. How do you have sexual intercourse with a ghost? I don't. My imagination is not quite that vivid. Is that a word? Vivid? Hey, y'all. Hey, Rosemary. Hey, Adam. Hey, Shasi. I'm on my podcast. If you guys would like to join the podcast, just click the link in my bio. And it'll bring you in through YouTube. So we're talking about objectophilia. How do you have sex with a ghost? Okay, well, yeah, there's toys. Yeah. But I guess she would do most of the role playing, right? And just pretend that there's something there. Porn, maybe? Jack Sparrow doll? Does she have a doll or anything in her room? Or it is weird. This is a very weird syndrome, I guess you could call it, because this is an actual put a sheet over your bedpost. Glenn, that's freaking hilarious. Put a sheet over your bedpost. Oh my God, that's funny-ish. That's funny. Now that's using your imagination. That's some good going right there, Glenn. That's funny as shit. Have a face painted of Captain Jack Sparrow put on the sheet that's over your Tales of the Code Wedlocked was the last movie before she got her relationship. It came out in 2011. Next was 17. This is the fifth one. Wedlocked was the last movie. Is that the name of a movie? Wedlocked? Tales of the Code. Do I need to watch that or look that up or something? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's the story of Amanda Teague. Wow. So, but they've been together 3 years. They've been married now for 2 years, and she says it's stronger than ever, but they didn't get married until a year after he introduced himself to her. No, I've never seen the movie Willow. It's one of the Pirates movies. I've seen all of those. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Willow, didn't that have, was it Glenn Close in it? Or it's shit, what's her name? Very big time actress. Shit. Not Glenn it's either Glenn Close or so true. That's so true, Fluffies. He says, good thing about being a ghost, I guess. You can knock on anyone's door for a good time. Has Iceman in it from Top Gun? No, I'm talking about the female actress. I can't think of her name. I see her play. She's the one that played oh shit. The Devil Wears Prada. The main I can't think of her damn name. Y'all know who I'm talking about? What was the star's name from The Devil Wears Prada? Meryl Streep. That's it. Okay. Isn't Meryl Streep in Willow? Good night, Mandy. Thanks for coming and join. Anyway, I thought I haven't seen the movie Willow, but I was thinking I knew the movie, what it was, like I've heard of it, and I thought that she was in it. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next one. Akash Mujumdar, he's 28 and he's from Mumbai, India, says he's currently in love with a bunch of balloons. He says he sleeps with them next to him. He kisses them good night and good morning. He's sexually attracted to them, and they leave no mess because he goes right on the inside of them things. Really? Oh dear. Oh, okay. So he says he makes out with each one separately daily. He says he loves how they feel and how warm and affectionate they are. A fucking balloon? How can a balloon be affectionate? That don't make no damn sense. He says they're very good listeners. He says he can't live without them. And in 2021, he proposed. He said that they have changed his life for the better. He takes them shopping. He walks for walks in a garden. And he says when one pops, he cries and gives them a funeral by digging and covering them with soil. And he'll blow up another one, the same color as the one that passed away, to take its place. But it will get a proper burial if something happens to it. But yeah, that's Akash, something Majumdar. So yeah, he's in love with the balloons and has sex with them. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, how long does a balloon last? I mean, if you just blow up the balloon, it's not going to be a floaty one. I guess you can go get the floaty ones because this guy says that he's walked them in the park and takes them with him in the car, everything. In the video that I saw, I did not see faces on them. I did not see the faces put on them. Could you imagine? Oh, I don't. Okay, so this is the next one is the girl that struggling to get my head around all this. A brick wall, a chandelier, a calculator, and now balloons. My poor. I know it's only going to get better. This girl, I think, is one of the most popular ones. And she was on that show, My Strange Addiction. Her name is Amy Wolf Weber. Now, she's the one that married, and she's sexually active with an 80-foot magic carpet theme ride called 1001 Knots. It's featured at Noble's Amusement Park. Now, she says this started at age 13, and she has ridden, she says it's her husband. She's married this theme ride, this roller coaster. She has ridden her husband over 3,000 times, and every time she rides him, he sends her into multiple orgasms. Now, I wrote this from her quotes. She says it's a very natural, it just comes very natural for her. She sleeps with a picture of her husband on her ceiling, and she carries his spare nuts and bolts around with her in her pocket. When she is asked how she feels about other people riding her husband, she says that they share such a physical and spiritual bond that she does not get jealous. Now, who the fuck is going to be like, my husband's cheating on me? He's a roller coaster. Really? I'm really not quite sure how this works. Anyway, she married this roller coaster. She took on the last name and hyphenated. Her name is Amy Wolf Weber. And the maker of this roller coaster's name was Weber. So she took on the maker of this roller coaster. She took on his last name. And this was a commitment ceremony. It didn't explain her wedding. Like some of them will explain the whole wedding. I have another one coming up. Oh God, it's just something. But this girl, I think most everybody has heard of this girl, but she's the one that married the roller coaster. And wherever Noble's Amusement Park is, I don't know where that is. Knoebles Amusement Park. So if anybody knows where Noble's amusement park is, please let me know because I have no clue where that is. Glenn, you're addicted to pink tacos. Okay. And then maybe the Barbie movie will help you with that problem. You guys are ridiculous. How, like, okay, so she says when she rides her husband, it sends her into multiple orgasms. Okay. So is this like her sexual, like, does she take his nuts and bolts and use those at home? Like she walks around with his spare nuts and bolts in her pocket, right? That's what she says. You have to question, like, how are they how do you have sex with a roller coaster? I guess it could be like a woman riding a Harley. I mean the vibration. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so this next one was also featured on the TLC's show My Addiction. His name is Nathaniel. He's in love with his red 1998 Monte Carlo and has named it Chase. Everybody has heard about this guy too. This is the guy that's in love and has sex with his car. We're talking about Objectophilia on my podcast. If you want to come to the podcast, just click the link in my bio. Okay, so I guess everybody's heard of this guy in his car. He's named the car Chase. He can't go more than 24 hours without seeing Chase. He won't allow anyone else to drive Chase. Apparently, it's a girl. He takes her on dates, buys her flowers, has sex with her, buys her birthday presents, and gives her bubble baths. Objectophilia is people that are they have romantic and sexual feeling towards inanimate objects, like the guy that's in love with his car and married her. Says he rubs himself against her a certain way and it causes him to, yeah. He said this all started when he was younger and he was given a model car as a gift that he named Dylan, and that he still sleeps with Dylan every night, this little model car. And he said, a play is going to play and Chase won't find out. Really? No. Well, a bubble bath. So he's given his car a bath. But apparently he does the bubble bath. He gives her a bath in a very fondular way. Is that a word? Is that a word? A fondle way, a fondling way. If you look at the videos of him, it shows him laying on the ground underneath Chase, licking it and making out with the ass of this car, and apparently he gets it on with it under there. No, it's his car that he gives it a bubble bath. No, apparently this car is a girl. He has named her Chase. Now Dylan is the model car that he was given as a child. that he still sleeps with. And he says that Chase won't find out that he's sleeping with another car at night. And he says, a play is gonna play. I mean, seriously? I mean, do you consider yourself a playa because you have a car named Chase is your wife and you sleep with Dylan, the model car, in your bed at night? That's a fucking playa? Is that what you... This is what... Oh, gosh almighty. Yeah, so... Yeah, you can look him up. You can just Google the guy that married his car, and it's a red 1998 Monte Carlo. Yep. And it shows him having sex with it. Yes, you can Google that. Many years ago, I was a parking meter maid, and I would drive around in those little 3-wheeled cars, and the vibration would turn me on. Thank you so much for sharing that, Spirit Stalker. Okay. Okay, we're going to move on to the next one. Her name is Amanda Whitaker. She's from Leeds, England. She's in a long distance relationship with the Statue of Liberty. She became obsessed in 2007 when she saw a picture of her. She has visited the statue many times and claims that just touching the monument gives her an orgasm. She calls her Libby and has even taken Liberty hyphenated as her last name. So it's Amanda Whitaker Liberty. She has created a shrine of Libby in her bedroom, and she keeps a 6-foot replica of Liberty as well. And so this is what she currently has sex with all the time, is this 6-foot replica of Liberty. But when she goes to see it in person, she says all she's got to do is touch it, and it gives her an orgasm. You know, I have to say, there's nothing in this world that has ever given me an orgasm that easy. I can't just touch something and it happen. Like it's just not gonna happen. Like, I don't understand how I can just touch it and it gives me, really? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Or should I say, what the fuck is wrong with me for not being able to do that? Right? I'm not the only weirdo that can't get off by touching something. Get out of here, Glenn. So okay, Glenn. So she must have been into that, like, bondage stuff. Wow, these people have better relationships than people-to-people relationships should be. That's what I'm saying, Fluffies. Is there something wrong with me that I don't even have a relationship with a person. Like, these people have a relationship with objects. Like, I don't we're going to move on. Joaquin, he's 41, realized he had an unusual sexual attraction when he was just 12 years old. His first relationship was with a Hammond organ, which he shared an emotional and physical, very complex and deep relationship with. And it lasted for several years. This is an organ. His current partner is now a steam locomotive. And while he admits that he has a previous love affairs that were sparked by an object that experiences technical difficulties, the necessary repairs leading to his sexual attraction, he is adamant that he is now monogamous with his train. Now, male family member in airport security, he said some intent would be showing during a pat. Come on. In my 23, I've had people hit on me, okay, when I'm at work. But if I have to do the pat down and I feel it down there, that is a turnoff. Like, I can't, to me, when somebody hits on me and I'm in my uniform, that is a disgrace to my uniform, because I worked my ass off to get to where I'm at and we wear the badge and the uniform. So don't disrespect me that way. And I get pissed when people hit on me. Even like my guys that I work with, they'll be like, oh shit, you need shit. Cece's about to go off on this fucker. Yes, they are. This is okay. So anyway, this guy is had this prior relationship with his organ, like a literal piano organ. But he's very adamant that he's monogamous now with this train. This guy, when I looked him up, I didn't see, there was no video of him having sex with it or trying to or whatever. I didn't even get any wording of how he married it or how he has sex with it or anything like that. So I don't know. Y'all forgive my yawning. I've just been working out in this heat. Kicks my ass. Yeah, an organ knows how to whistle. Yeah, I know. But so does a train, apparently. I say to each their own. Green olives, fried okra, and pickles with sour stuff tend to turn me on. I don't know why, but they do. Can you imagine me marrying a fried okra? Now, I can't see where someone would be able to marry a food, right? I have not heard of someone being able to marry a food. Just for the fact the food's eventually going to go bad, is it not? What's up, Topher? I'm on the podcast. I don't think you can marry a food because the food's going to go bad. So you're going to have to eat and swallow that, Spirit Stalker. So maybe a pickle will do. As long as it's not a little gherkins. Oh, that's what I said. I said, hi, Topher. Okay, so anyway, Mark, who's 20, he is in a relationship with inflatable pool animals. Now, this guy I've seen the video of, he has them in his entire house. He has them sitting on the couch, at the dinner table, in his bed, like sitting in his living room. He eats with them, sleeps with them. They ride with him in his car. He talks to them. He cuddles them. He showers with the different one every night and has sex with at least 2 of them daily. Now, he thinks they're beautiful and funny, and he loves how they feel and how they look at him. He has 15 so far in his house. Uncle Junior, you're late. This is Objectophilia we're talking about tonight. This was your idea, mister. We're in the podcast now. So anyway, he has 15 of these inflatable pool animals. He does have a favorite. He says he prefers them over real people. He says that when he snuggles them, he feels so much love that he never got from his mom. He will be at work or school and start to miss them so much he can't concentrate or function properly, but feels relief as soon as he gets home to family time. He says his pool dragon is his wife. She's his favorite, but loves and is sexually attracted to them all equally. But the pool dragon is his favorite. I don't know what to say. He didn't say that any of them were offspring. Oh, God. All I got was Mark. He's 20-year-old. I didn't get his last name or anything, but I'm sure you can Google the guy that's in a relationship with his inflatable pool animals. They're all over YouTube. Okay, so oh man. All right. So Edward Smith, he's 63 years old. We're moving on to the next one. This man has had sex with over 1,000 cars. He claims that he loves them all, but can't be with just one. He says he's a player, but lets them all know up front about his others. Says he's never had an issue of jealousy yet because he stays honest with them. So he's honest with them up front, so the cars aren't jealous of the other cars that he's having sex with. If you want to bang one, you might have to pay extra or your relationship might pop. Okay, so he's only been with one human woman, but prefers the cars. And he's even been with a helicopter, he says. And he said all of this started in 1965. And if I remember correctly, he said the helicopter was his first. I can't say exactly where he sticks it, but it shows him fondling. He licks the car. He touches every piece of the car. He lays on the car. Like you can find this guy on video as well. He says he lost his virginity to a Volkswagen Beetle. He says he's been a player for so long, but has now fallen in love and ready to commit to his longtime lover, Vanilla. It's a white Volkswagen Beetle. His other 2 lengthy cars were a 73 Opel GT named Cinnamon and a 73 Ford Ranger named Splash. But Vanilla is his number 1. He says he takes her on romantic dates, sits on her daily, and tells her that he loves her. You guys can Google him too. Edward Smith. in love with his car, Volkswagen Beetle named Vanilla. Now the next one, I didn't get his name. I just happened to come across this crazy video. This guy says he's been having sex with shopping carts for the last 8 years. He said that he had one try to fight him off one time after he tried to give it acid. His sister and best friend, which he calls his shopping cart wingman, goes and gets carts for him and brings them back for him to have sex with. Says he took a Walmart shopping cart to the bathroom one afternoon and they were getting it on. And he says he came so hard he shit a little when he ejaculated and he wiped it on the wall. I put on here that you can find this video of him on YouTube under Liquid Cyrax, Cyrax. If you guys would like to watch that video of him talking about him and his shopping carts. It's Liquid Cyrax, Cyrax. Have fun with that. Okay, fluffies. Okay, now the next one is Michelle Kobke from Germany is in love with an airplane. It's a Boeing 737, and she's very physical with it. She visits it almost daily at the airport. She fondles the entire plane inside and out. She licks it, kisses it, rubs her goods on it. She's even gotten naked and sat on the shifters in the cockpit. She has a model of the exact plane at home that she can sleep with. She even has real airplane parts from the real plane at home that she snuggles with. She cries when her visitation time is up, and she has a panic attack if she's kept away from it for a very long time. You know, yeah. Okay. So there's this other one. You can find all of these people on Google. I promise you. This guy, I did not get his name. I come across the video. It's an Indian man decided to marry a rice cooker. It was the whole shebang. The cooker was in a wedding dress. He had a photographer. Friends were there. The priest to officiate, everything. But get this, they divorced after only 4 days. And this paperwork, his wedding and divorce, can be found, apparently. Apparently, he said that she could only cook rice and nothing else, and it wasn't going to work. So he divorced this rice cooker after 4 days. I really don't know what to say to that. What do you say to that? Now, this is the other one. This girl was also on My Strange Addiction on TLC. Her name is Felicity Rossi. She's 20 years old. She lives in Massachusetts. She married her zombie doll. The marriage took place in Rhode Island in 2018. Her whole family came. The doll was in a tux. She was in her wedding dress. They had a reception. The rings were made and even danced, cut a cake, and threw the flowers. The doll's name is Kelly. Kelly supports her in every way and stands by her. Literally, it's like a doll. Oh, good night, Fluffies. She buys her clothes every week. She takes her to the store and puts her in the shopping cart. And people say she says that people look at her so funny, but she buys her clothes every week. She takes showers with her, feeds her while she's eating. And as of now, they have 4 zombie children. They have family nights. She sings to them. They dance together. Felicity works, and Kelly is the stay-at-home zombie mom. And completely fulfills Felicity in every way and helps get her through her depression. And you can find her video on I Wonder TV. I Married My Zombie Doll. But yeah, all you got to do is find the girl that married her zombie doll. She's all over the internet. She was on My Strange Addiction, and I had seen her before. But she talks about her like she's a real. They wear wedding bands. It shows her putting the damn doll in the shopping cart, and her picking out clothes for it. And oh, this hat doesn't look right on you. Let's not get you this one. And I don't know. I just don't know. I've only got a few left here. This is just, oh God, the shit that people do, I tell you. All right, this is April. April was engaged to a real human man, but she's in love with her doll. She's a ventriloquist and fell in love with her doll more and more over the years. She was spending more and more time with the doll, whether it be grooming her or doing shows or practicing. But she got fired from her one job, and she spends about 80 hours a week just practicing with her doll. The fiance was showing concern, and when she started bringing the doll into their bed to sleep, he ended the relationship. She didn't care. She chose the dummy over the man. Her sister attempts to spend time with her, but she won't stop playing with the puppet, and she talks to her through the puppet instead of herself. And even the sister's like, can you talk to me and not the fucking doll talk to me? Like, she'll get mad and put the doll away and tell her sister to apologize to the doll. And if the sister doesn't apologize to the doll, she storms off and won't talk to her anymore. Like, this is crazy. She's ruining all human relationships for the puppet and pushes everyone else away. And she doesn't care about anybody. She has distanced all of her family. The fiance dumped her. The sister, she won't have nothing to do with any of them. Over a fucking ventriloquist doll. And apparently she has several dolls, but this is her favorite one. And she's not very good. She's not very good. She's not a very good ventriloquist. And anyway. Teresa, who's 56 from Phoenix, Arizona, she's in love with her hairless rats. She has over 50 and loves them more than people. Coco is her favorite. She calls her Snookums. It started 10 years ago when her boyfriend introduced her to a hairless rat, and she loved it so much she just kept getting more and more and kicked the boyfriend out so she'd have more room. She's lost contact with all of her family as well, so her rats give her unconditional love. She treats them as human companions and makes them dinner every night. Spaghetti's their favorite. This is all on video. She was making them and giving them a plate of fucking spaghetti. All 50 of them sleep with her in her bed. They all have their spot that they go to, but all 50 rats are sleeping with her in her bed at night. She will buy food for the rats before she gets food for herself, and she'll pay for the rat food before she pays her rent. When I saw it last, she had gotten an eviction notice, so I don't know what her current status is now. I love my pets, but that's hairless rat. That's rats. You're sleeping with 50 rats. No. Mm-mm. I sleep with my one pig at my feet, and that's enough. I agree, Spirit Stalker. I think they're all missing a few screws, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they actually evicted her, or did she go get money, or did she find somebody of her family that let her have money? I think they're all missing a few screws. Literally, well, the one girl walks around with her husband's nuts and bolts in her pocket. I think that's the missing screws. Anyway, Margaret, who's 53, she's from Morning View, Kentucky. This girl's addicted to stinging herself with bees. She stings herself on her hip, elbows, fingers, ankles, forehead, and the tip of her nose. She started at 20 years old. That's 33 years. She grabs a bee with the tweezers and holds his butt up to her till he stings her. She raises her bees in the backyard so she will have the endless supply. It started because the venom is supposed to help with arthritis pain, but become obsessed with it and takes up to 15 or more stings a day. Her husband is concerned about her health now because she won't stop. She's refusing to stop. She actually goes out by the hives and plays the flute for them to make them happy. And that was on video. Showed her sitting out there with her flute, playing it for the fucking bees. Now, come on. No. Now, Kevin, who's 27 from Lombard, Illinois, he's obsessed with having a cast on his body. No broken bones at all, but loves the cast. He puts them on himself. He likes the way the cast feels when it's around him. He has done arms, legs, double arm cast, double leg cast, his entire body casts, all different colors. Having casts makes him comfy and high and a feeling of excitement. He started this at 6 or 7 years old. He started doing this using toilet paper. He got his first real cast at 12 on his arm when he broke it rollerblading. He loved the attention he got with a cast on. So he has spent over $50,000 and takes his casting stuff with him everywhere. He gets girls when they think he's hurt. Friends and family think it's weird. He had a fiance, but she left him because he will cast himself to where he can't move or even pee. And she had to constantly help him. And she was like, this, I'm not doing this. There's nothing wrong with you. And no. So she dumped him. His friends get angry with him because they'll go to pick him up, but he can't get in the car. So they've got to help him. He got a new girlfriend and she just gave him an ultimatum, me or the casting. He picked the casting and dumped her. He says it's part of who he is and he will not stop. And eventually he feels that someone will love him just the way he is and won't mind his casting. So maybe he'll meet somebody and can get her to get casted with him. So stupid. This stuff is just ridiculous. Like, who the fuck would want to walk? I mean, in this video, it shows him like he uses walkers and wheelchairs, and people have to help him get in and out of vehicles, and he'll do like both legs, and he's walking around with the crutches or something. Anyway, it's okay. So the next guy, this guy's addicted. He is completely obsessed with plastic surgery. His name is Justin Jedlicka. He's 32 and lives in Chicago. I have seen him before in a documentary, but can't remember the name of the documentary, but I've seen him before. But he's trying to look like a replica of the Ken doll. He's had over 125 procedures. He has spent over $158,000. He started these surgeries when he was 17 years old. He's had his chest, bicep implants, tricep implants, brow bone shave, brow lift, 5 nose jobs, butt implants, lips, abs implants, and shaped cheek and pec implants. His calf implants. He is currently working on a muscle enhancement implant line, and said he would, of course, have them all done so people can see his line and what they look like. He will never stop having surgeries. He has had to doctor shop because some docs refuse to do procedures on him. But he doesn't want to listen to the doctors, and he just goes and does them anyway with another doctor. So it's plastic surgery. Yes, plastic surgery addiction. I think if this guy could marry himself, he would. And that's all I've got for the Objectophilia. That was 20 of them. It's terrible. It is terrible what people will do. It's just fucking crazy. It's crazy what people do. So the next couple of podcasts, I've got them all ready. I've still got the riddles one ready. I've got the TV show trivia. I'm waiting for Trauma Diva to do the riddles. I think it might be Friday night. I believe Trauma said that Friday night might be available for her. So Friday night's podcast, I think, will be those silly riddles. Walker guy banged something so her missed. So, and if she can't do it Friday night, then I'll do the TV show trivia. I will be on TikTok for a few more minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, a lot of people don't know what certain things are, and I hope I teach them something, maybe find it interesting. Again, if you guys ever come up with podcast ideas, shoot me a message. Let me know what it is. I will research it and do it. And if you want to come on with me for that podcast, you're more than welcome. So I'll end here and see you over on Facebook. I'll see you guys Friday night. Enjoy your days. Thanks for hanging with me.